And we start with breaking news coming in of the Indian workers who were apparently attacked by from the Nepal side on the Kali River wall in Uttarakhand. In fact, we have a response coming in from Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, who says that, and I quote, "Nepal is our friend. If there is any dispute, we will solve it together." So the big statement coming in from the Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh after Indian workers were attacked while working on the Kali River wall along the border area in Uttarakhand. In fact, we're given to understand that the Indian workers have been attacked once again from the Nepal side, and this happened on Friday itself. Reactions as well coming in from the irrigation department who've been working along the border areas along the Nepal border. First up, let's listen in to that response coming in from the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh.
हमारी फ्रेंडली कंट्री ही नहीं, बल्कि मैं कहूँगा कि सचमुच नेपाल मेरा भाई है। ये जस्ट लाइक ए ब्रदर, एक भाई की तरह हम नेपाल के साथ संबंध रखते हैं, उसे अपने परिवार के रूप में देखते हैं। इसलिए जी कोई समस्या होगी तो मिल बैठकर उस मामले को सुलझा लेंगे। अच्छे रिश्ते बनाकर चलने वाले लोग हैं।
उत्तराखंड का तो रोटी बेटी का रिश्ता है नेपाल के साथ, फिर भी सर इस तरह की घटना
उत्तराखंड पूरे भारत का है। नेपाल देखो हमारी फ्रेंडली कंट्री ही नहीं, बल्कि मैं कहूँगा कि सचमुच नेपाल मेरा भाई है। ये जस्ट लाइक ए ब्रदर, एक भाई की तरह हम नेपाल के साथ संबंध रखते हैं, उसे अपने परिवार के रूप में देखते हैं। इसलिए जी कोई समस्या होगी तो मिल बैठकर उस मामले को सुलझा लेंगे। अच्छे रिश्ते बनाकर चलने वाले लोग हैं।
उत्तराखंड का तो रोटी बेटी का रिश्ता है नेपाल के साथ, फिर भी सर इस तरह की घटना
उत्तराखंड पूरे भारत का है।
All right, we'll play out more reactions that have come in from the irrigation department who've been working along the Nepal border. We'll just play out those sound bites as well, but the visuals there on your screens of how the Indian workers were allegedly attacked along the Nepal border while they were working on the Kali River. We have Colonel Rohit Dev also joining us. Sir, good morning. If I can get your first response to these to the attack which has happened on the Indian workers who are working along the Nepal border. Raksha Mantri, they're saying that we will resolve it peacefully, but your first response to the workers attacked along the Nepal border?
Because let me take your minds back to what Chinese have done with the cartography of this region. And since year 2003 onwards, most of the maps which are there in the possession of the Nepalese administration as well have been cartographed from the Chinese agencies. And as a result, when you see the tri-junction part and come down the river along the border with Nepal, you find that there are a lot of spots which the Chinese have intentionally shown as part of Nepal, which is not the case. And that is why you also have a little bit of Chinese influence in bending minds of people. There has been a lot of internal mental incursion into the Nepalese minds by the Chinese thought process in some select regions where they thought they could urge the Indian side on the other side. And this kind of an incident does not augur well for Indo-Nepalese relationship. And I'm quite sure, and the Honorable Minister has already spoken about it, they will take it to the diplomatic channel, I think, this morning itself. This issue will be resolved, and I don't expect this to happen in the near future. But we have to be very, very wary because the Chinese influence, which is entering into Nepal, right from cartography to the mindset of certain sections there, is something which the Nepalese government needs to see internally as well. And there has to be a kind of a dialogue between the two countries to ensure that the mutual interest of Indo-Nepalese friendship are not threatened by such, some incidents in the future.
All right. Thank you for speaking to us. So, Colonel Rohit Dev saying that this, of course, needs to be resolved by diplomatic talks between India and Nepal. The visuals there on your screens of how there was an attack, there was stone pelting along the Indo-Nepal border. This, of course, in which in this particular incident where construction workers were injured. Some vehicles were also damaged amid the stone pelting that was reported from the Nepal side. A lot of reactions coming in from the irrigation department as well, who've been working along the border areas in Nepal. Indian workers who were attacked along the Nepal border. So the attack, remember, has been one of the several such launched in the past few days from across the border against the Indian workers who've been engaged in construction of a safety wall along the Kali River in Uttarakhand. In fact, in this particular incident where the windscreens of 2 dumper and 2 trucks were broken in the stone pelting, which was reported from the Nepal side, Raksha Mantri there making that big statement that these clashes, in wake of these clashes, the differences and the border clashes would be resolved by diplomatic talks.